Not at the moment. And it's a rescue attempt by Cook, successful just on the edge of the goal line.
Interesting no call by the ref. A little bit of a sandwich there, but nothing directly in the back.
Soddy Daisy looking for a fast break the other way. This is Schofield trying to find a man on the crease. He does! His brother Paul makes it a 1-0 lead for Soddy Daisy.
Exciting goal. If it's any indication of the game to come, we're going to have a lot of transition. We're, a minute and 12 seconds into the game, and both teams have been up and down the field. A lot of cowbells coming out of the fan section, and the Trojans are very pumped for that goal.
Loud already, Kyle. It is Paul Schofield with the goal, the first of the game to put Soddy Daisy ahead. That is goal number 59 on the season for Paul Schofield. He has set the school record coming into this game already with 58.
Hillsboro looking to cut off the fast break for Soddy Daisy, but Soddy Daisy goes early and turns the ball over to Hillsboro from the face-off.
So now the Burros with a chance to respond. Joe Van Antwerp, their coach, D2 Coach of the Year last season as they won state for the first time in that 3-2 game over Cookeville.
Hillsboro in what looks like a 3-1-2 set, looking like they're going to initiate from X. Let's see what kind of action we get from the off-ball players.
Bryant Brown looking goal line extended. Got hacked. Looked like it was on top of the helmet for a moment, but it's picked up by Soddy Daisy. Schofield runs clean through a man. On the crease, an opportunity again for Paul Schofield, but had it knocked free. Solid defense from Chris Alba, who quietly does not put up stats, but has stayed very solid as one of the three main poles for the Burros this year.
Both these teams are getting the ball out really quickly after a ground ball or saved by the goalie. We're going to see plenty of transition tonight.
Jack DeReesthal knocked off his feet there for a moment. Nothing called, though. Letting him play early on. DeReesthal on behalf of the Burros this year.
Hillsboro back to a 3-1-2 look. Might be getting a little zone from Soddy. We'll see if they start to move guys around. Looks like they're man-to-man.
Jack Boyd behind the cage, working to get top side. Boyd being given everything he can handle from Donovan Sullivan. Sullivan started the year as a midi, but had to move on to defense after an injury to Ryan Byhofer we'll talk about later. The shot saved from Cook.
That was a nice save. He stopped it with his foot, actually. Great shot.
Rebound comes back out to Hillsboro. Afton Werner the one taking the chance. Couldn't put it home. This is DeReesthal. Goes low. This one will skip up and over the cage and out of play. On the backup, I think it'll stay with Hillsboro.
Definitely some physical play from Soddy Daisy so far. We've seen plenty of body contact. More to come.
It's one thing we heard talking to coaches this week was that Soddy Daisy and Hillsboro equal in terms of athletic ability. Here's an opportunity on the inside, but nowhere to go that time for Caleb Kane. Had the ball knocked from his stick. Burrows able to recover.
Dodging through a double team a little bit there. Probably need to be a little prepared off ball to give him some space. Let's see if they execute from behind again.
So this is Brown, who's committed to Center College. 43 goals, 42 assists, a very balanced player. Brown looking to get to his right hand and does.
That was a high-level shot. Off-stick side bouncer fading away from the goal. A lot of skill from that guy right there. Good take.
Tied at one apiece with 8:06 to play in the opening quarter. And it's been the two we thought would do it. Paul Schofield for Soddy Daisy and now Bryant Brown for the Hillsboro Burros.
Back to the face-off X. We're getting our third of the game. We'll see if Hillsboro tries to slide down the wings to cut off the fast break from Schofield. The last one, if you remember, was a false start by Schofield. We'll see what we get here. Yeah, Hillsboro sliding down the wings.
Schofield, 152 ground balls picked up this season, and he's got another one.
Good 50-50 face-off there. Soddy Daisy comes away with it.
Trojans averaging 10.9 goals per game this year, 6.3 assists. Coming in off a big win over Page in the semifinal round 9-6 that avenged a regular season loss.
Soddy Daisy's first 6-for-6 possession, more or less. Let's see what they come out in. Looks to be a little bit of an open set.
Trojans staying patient, working it around as Kennedy Moore will start. Working in against the short stick. Moore had it checked free for a moment. Picked up by Hillsboro.
Over the head check, a little risky, but he was sort of dodging into a double team as well. But Hillsboro with the transition. Let's see, they've got numbers.
Owen Smith goes right behind. Topside, Douglas.
Ooh, high hit to the face there.
Nothing called. And Hillsboro with some switching of personnel. 6:52 to go in the first quarter. Tied at 1 apiece. Goals from each offensive stalwart. Paul Schofield for Soddy Daisy and Brian Brown for Hillsboro.
Hillsboro likes to dodge this top right spot. That time they got top side, which is a good angle for a shot. Let's see who picks up the ground ball.
Afton Verner could not put it past Jamison Cook. Got knocked out of play on the end line. It'll still stay with Hillsboro.
Got a push call by Soddy Daisy, so it's going back to Hillsboro.
Oh. Intercepted. Goodness gracious. How about the stick work from the long pole for Soddy Daisy? Can they clear it? Yes, they can. That's terrific from Preston Workman. Inside, on the doorstep, and Schofield puts it past again.
Exciting goal, our second goal of the game, another transition goal. A little bit of a force inside, but some great hands by Schofield, and an excellent finish.
6:17 to play in the opening quarter, and it is already a 2-1 Paul Schofield against Hillsboro advantage.
At this point in the game, Hillsboro seems like if they can slow down the Soddy Daisy transition, they'll get a little, progress out of that. We'll see what happens in the next one.
We are starting to hear a little bit of stomping and nervousness from the Hillsboro faithful wearing green. And another win for Soddy Daisy on the face-off. Pass ahead. Couldn't connect from one Schofield to another.
Soddy Daisy's not shy about pushing it in transition. We get a bit of a deflection from a long pole here, so Soddy Daisy will restart with the ball, and we'll get some 6-versus-6 offense.
Soddy Daisy, a team that lost to this Hillsboro side 12-8 in the regular season in a game that was played in really hot temperatures for that time of year. It's occasionally worn this Soddy Daisy team down in those circumstances.
Bit of a 2-2 look, some off-ball movement from the crease, but a double team and now a triple team.
Hammered on the crease, a shot attempt goes wide. This one looks like it'll go over to Hillsboro.
Looks like the Soddy Daisy player fell, tripped into the crease, so we're going to get a turnover to Hillsboro. We got a short stick starting with the ball. See if we get a bit of a kickoff punt return, football style.
This is Gavin Douglas, 6'3", very lanky, able to use the levers in the face-off much of the time, and he'll just do it by himself. Look out.
Referee standing right at the midfield line could have thrown a flag with number 22 stepping over from the attack side, but he seemed to take his hand back out of his pocket.
Burner, high and wide that time. If it was you, would you have thrown the flag?
State championship. It's right in front of you. Can't hold back.
Opportunity knocks for Hillsboro. Down a goal here in the opening quarter. First of 4 championship games to be played this weekend here at Nolensville. Some hard checking, looking at goal line extended, and an opportunity connecting for Jack DeRiesthal. Able to get by Jamison Cook.
Jack making a nice move, sort of baiting his man high, then he pulls his stick back under to go goal line extended. Looked like he almost stepped in the crease, but the referees say it's a good goal. So Hillsboro's on scoreboard again.
So DeRiesthal has his first of the game. That evens things at 2 apiece. First quarter, 4:46 to play here in Nolensville. Long way still to go, and already these two sides approaching the aggregate total for goals for last year's championship game in just the opening quarter.
So far, Soddy Daisy proving to be the transition team, Hillsboro proving to be the 6-versus-6 team, and Soddy Daisy false starts again. Ball coming back to Hillsboro.
Owen Smith with it, who will sometimes sub for Gavin Douglas on the faceoff. Hillsboro with a little trouble behind the cage, and it'll be picked up instead by Cook in goal. Wait a minute.
believe we had some sort of push call or some sort of technical infraction on the Soddy Daisy team. So Hillsboro will start with the ball out in the alley.
Thank you, Kyle. It escaped my vision there for a moment. So Hillsboro in possession.
Here comes this top right 3-1-2 dodge again. He slips his man.
Had a little bit of room to shoot. Didn't quite test Cook the way he wanted to.
Another nice off-stick shot. It's a good place to fire at the goalie. Stick being on his right hand on his right side. Difficult save to make, getting your hands all the way to the left side.
Charlie Schultz, only 3 goals on the year. This is the freshman back with it.
Getting a new look from Soddy Daisy.
Inside, Cook might have gotten that one with the cleat. Kept it alive, kept it from going in.
He's a cleat guy. That's the second save he's made with his foot, and his stick nowhere near the ball. Might be a hockey goalie for all we know.
The more I talk to people this week, Kyle, there's a ton of lacrosse guys with that hockey background. Just seems to help in terms of the stamina, but also just knowing where to be.
Absolutely. Very comparable sports. Sports you can play from behind the goal. Sports that emphasize transition play a lot, high volume shooting, with some basketball offense and defense.
First time, one of the few times we've seen Soddy settled now. Shot taken, but does not threaten, or rather I should say does threaten, but saved there by Ethan Reeves. The clear attempt foiled by Soddy Daisy. Along the sideline, Schofield with a lot of bodies in front of him down to the turf.
Forced out of bounds. Ball's going to come back to Hillsboro.
3:05 still to go here in the first quarter. Grandstand on the near side here at Nolensville starting to fill up. A lot of green and gold off to our left. Navy blue and gold to our right. Offensive opportunity for Hillsboro here. Inside, Berner. That one I think caught a piece of the pipe and deflects away.
Hillsboro's got some good dodgers. They're not shy about shooting. 24 for Soddy Daisy, their goalie. Doesn't seem to be a guy that likes to bend low to make saves. And there we go.
Speaking of knocking on the doorstep, Afton Berner must have seen the same thing you saw, Kyle. He went right between the legs.
Yeah, goalie's going to need to try and get low and get his stick on it. As skilled as he is with his feet, those low shots are definitely Hillsboro's game strategy. They're all coming low at this point, so let's see if Soddy Daisy can get familiar with what they should expect.
So Afton Berner, who had one of those 3 very necessary goals last year in the 3-2 win over Cookeville in the state title game, slots one home there right between the wickets on Jamison Cook to give a 3-2 lead to Hillsboro. This will be Gavin Douglas once again at the face-off X, taking on Sam Schofield.
Oh, we got a false start by Hillsboro this time. They were ready, sliding down the wing to stop the Soddy Daisy fast break once again, but Soddy Daisy ball. Beautiful orange sunset gleaming in the distance as we have begun our first of 4 championship lacrosse games at Nolensville High School this weekend. Soddy Daisy in the white uniforms, or rather, I beg your pardon, in the navy blue. Hillsboro in the white. And it'll be Hillsboro taking possession here after the pass got deflected out of play. A little nervousness from Soddy Daisy maybe, throwing the ball away, but now we get a turnover from Hillsboro, so Soddy Daisy's coming back. First couple of minutes of this game, important just to do things you know how to do, stay within yourself, yeah? Absolutely. It's kind of a nerve-wracking time. You know, Hillsboro's been here before. Not sure what Soddy Daisy's state championship experience is off the top of my head. 2019 was their last one. That's right. There we go. Whether you've been here or not, it's just a nerve-wracking experience, and all the kids are excited. So anything could happen. It's just a matter of having a little poise and seeing who can execute early, and both teams have done that. Speaking of poise, that's the freshman Jesse Ziegler wearing number 9 in blue. Ziegler with it here on the right side. One of the more talented young players for Soddy Daisy, and a group that's going to lose some seniors following this game. Ziegler's contributions necessary as this program continues to grow. Hillsboro clearly liking to press out with their poles. We've seen it a number of times where they've almost got intercepted or they've played one-on-one. Chance here, off the bar, I think, and comes ricocheting right back out to Hillsboro. Good pickup there by Owen Smith, who will charge it forward.
And now we've got a whistle along the sideline. Was it timeout taken by Hillsboro? I believe so.
Absolutely. Our first time out of the game. We got 3-2 before the quarter's over. Each team gets 2 timeouts per half. Hillsboro is looking to make something out of this opportunity. Expect some sort of, possibly set play. Although they've had pretty good success running their offense so far. We'll see if they stick with their guns or they try something a little.
Claudine, so if I have an outside dog, what can I do to protect them?
Check the temperature for the day. That is so important. And the next question I would ask you is, what kind of dog do you have? Does it have thick fur? Is it an Arctic breed? Does it have thin fur where it can actually get sunburned? You definitely want to provide shade. I'm going to tell you right now, you can have the best doghouse in the world, but if there's no shade available and your doghouse does not have the proper ventilation, it's going to get really hot.
Hey. Alongside Kyle Slattery, I'm Tyler Springs. Thanks for joining us for this Friday night action. Timeout taken by Hillsboro to try and set up something offensively, holding a 3-2 advantage here deep in the first. From goal line extended, a bouncing shot goes up and over the bar. A little bit off target that time from the freshman Charlie Schultz, but Hillsboro maintains possession with under a minute to go in the period.
Hillsboro liking this initiation from the midfield.
Schultz and DeReesthal exchanging places there. And now Afton Werner, who's already got a goal to his name, will work the right side. Back upstairs. Schultz. Werner. Got to his right hand, got in close. Jamison Cook standing tall, still loose on the ground. And now it's going the other way.
Soddy Daisy driving the Dodger into the crease, so they get the ball back.
So the Trojans, with less than 30 seconds to do something, almost lost the handle in the midfield, but Kennedy Moore gets it back.
Timeout called by Soddy Daisy. They've got 16 seconds. Let's see what we get out of their offense.
What's your 16-second play call, Kyle, if you're trying to be getting momentum and going into the second quarter, with the game time?
Claudine, so if I have an outside dog, what can I do to protect them?
Check the temperature for the day. That is so important. And the next question I would ask you is, what kind of dog do you have? Does it have thick fur? Is it an Arctic breed? Does it have thin fur where it can actually get sunburned? You definitely want to provide shade. I'm going to tell you right now, you can have the best doghouse in the world, but if there's no shade available and your doghouse does not have the proper ventilation, it's going to get really hot in that doghouse. Go around your backyard and see how many holes have been dug in the backyard. I guarantee you that's your dog trying to find a cool space. Always make sure your water bowl is deep enough and it can't be turned over. Make sure it's fresh water. I usually put 3 or 4 bowls in the backyard, and I always make sure it can't be tipped over because I have a goofball for a German Shepherd who tips his bowl over all the time.
We know family is important, and pets are part of your family. That's why Hollywood Feed
With
offers
one,
healthy food
Jack
at a low
DeReesthal with
cost.
one, and Afton Werner with one. A balanced attack thus far for Hillsboro. So starting from the midfield, 16 seconds on the first quarter clock. Soddy Daisy down a goal, but in possession. This is Moore.
Long pull on the ball.
Moore rolls back to his right hand. 4 on the clock. A shot's going to have to come. Quickly, here it is. Opportunity, saved. Terrific effort there by Ethan Reeves in goal. One look that time coming from Colin Hart on the right perimeter, and it would not go. So we close the first quarter here in Nolensville with Bryant Brown, Jack DeRiesthal, and Afton Werner staking Hillsboro to a 3-2 lead over Soddy Daisy. More to come from Nolensville. This is the TSLA Championships.
We know family is important, and pets are part of your family. That's why Hollywood Feed offers healthy food at a low price. Natural doesn't have to be expensive. Hollywood Feed, a different breed.
At Hollywood Feed, we believe making memories is important. We want you to have as much time as possible for as many memories as possible. That's why we offer same-day delivery. We deliver exactly what your pet needs, right to your doorstep. Shop online today. Hollywood Feed, a different breed.
Hollywood Feed has always been committed to bringing you the best products for your pets at the best prices, which is why we'll gladly match any competitor's price on identical merchandise, even Amazon, even Chewy. At Hollywood Feed, we are a different breed. Hollywood Feed is open and offering same-day delivery. Order your pet supplies online from the comfort of home, and we'll deliver them right to your doorstep. Order today at HollywoodFeed.com. Hollywood Feed, a different breed.
2 over Soddy Daisy. Alongside Kyle Slatery, I'm Tyler Springs. Great to be with you calling the TSLA Championships. 4 of them this weekend at Nolensville High School in Middle Tennessee, but all parts of the state well represented. We'll get to that in just a moment. Face-off won by Sam Schofield of Soddy Daisy, and the Trojans will control. Looking for an equalizing goal. Pass attempt there, intended that time to go toward Paul Schofield, but off the stick that time of Deegan Workman.
Soddy Daisy trying to push a little bit of fast break there. We had an errant pass. Hillsboro coming back with it.
And this is a great run up the field. A one-man clear. How about the effort from Ian Henson, the long pole? In on goal, Cook able to stop that, I think, maybe again with his shoe. A bouncing try. It did not go.
That's his thing, apparently. Kick saves.
Whatever keeps it out. So far, it has worked for Jamison Cook. And Soddy Daisy, once again with possession, will go a little more slowly this time.
Soddy Daisy, room to go. Hillsboro isn't ready.
Time and room for Sam Schofield. Dodging in, got hammered, and a flag comes out. Possession still loose just in front of the goal, and now we're going to see what the foul is.
Probably expecting a push with possession or maybe a cross check. We'll see just what the referees are going to go with. I'm getting some motioning towards the head. Might be a cross check.
Important moment here early in the second quarter with 1 goal the difference right now.
Got an illegal body check, 1-minute penalty on Hillsboro. First man-up opportunity of the day. We'll see what sort of sets Hillsboro comes out in defensively and what Soddy Daisy has up their sleeve.
Extra man time for the Trojans. And a chance to equalize at 3 apiece. Still no goals in this game from midfielder Kennedy Moore. Trojans looking for an opening. Intended that time for Kennedy Moore. Lost the handle. Loose on the deck and scooped up by Hillsboro. Coming the other way. Long pole try. Koch the save.
Aggressive maneuver by Hillsboro, being man down, taking a shot, but it looks like the ball is going to be turned back over to Soddy Daisy. Love seeing a long pole take a shot.
Sam Jackson does have 3 assists on the season, has great speed. That time unable to beat Jamison Cook.
Hillsboro's giving up their ride because they're man down. They're just going to ride with their attack and drop their midfielders back in to prepare for playing defense.
Soddy Daisy with it. I think the passing early on in this game, Kyle, has hamstrung what the Trojans have wanted to do.
Yeah, I think a few more turnovers from Soddy Daisy. I would imagine Hillsboro's outshot them as well. So we'll see what happens the rest of the quarter.
This is a great individual effort going down the sideline and a long way. Charlie Schultz unable to keep possession, had it knocked out of his stick for a moment.
Got a push call against Soddy Daisy, so ball goes back to Hillsboro even though the ball went out of bounds. Last touched by Hillsboro.
Werner and now to Riesthal. Let's fly again. Oh, that one looked like it was nearly in but hit the bar. Rebound right back out to Afton Werner.
That one looked like it hit the bar, but even grazed the netting of the goal, believe it or not.
It kind of wavered there. But nothing official. Still a 3-2 Hillsboro lead. Inside, threshold feed, denied again by Cook, being aggressive. Picked up by Soddy Daisy. And the Trojans looking to break the other way. Look out below. The boom comes down from Sam Schofield, but they're going to call a foul for that on the hit right there against Schultz.
Called a ward, interestingly enough. Schofield had 2 hands on his stick, but yeah, really lifted his arm to bounce that Hillsboro player off of him.
Hard shot missing that time. But again, the Soddy Daisy defense has to batten down. Bryant Brown circling. Top side, time and room shot. Saved by Cook.
Another smart low shot, but Cook still can make those saves.
Cook ahead in transition. Sullivan couldn't connect. Hillsboro with an opportunity to clear. They get it to Reeves, and Reeves will push it ahead. Brown being distributor. Full head of steam for Gavin Douglas. Doorstep feed, sidewinder shot. Caleb Kane is first.
Nice finish for Hillsboro. Another low shot. Stick was hidden. Goalie didn't really see the ball released. Had a little bit of a screen coming around that left-handed to fire away. Hillsboro very skilled with the sticks. Strong shooters, strong catching and throwing. Soddy Daisy likes to run the field, but we'll see if they can try and put some goals in the cage on 6 vs. 6.
Goal number 38 on the year for Caleb Kane, the junior attackman. Makes it a 4-2 game with 8:02 to go here in the second quarter. Gavin Douglas in that semifinal win against Signal Mountain, able to dominate the face-off X. Has not been quite as dominant here today, but rips this one away from Sam Schofield. Douglas and the Burros will settle, seeking their second consecutive state title. Hillsboro in the playoffs, not exactly the toughest road prior to getting here. A forfeit win over Pigeon Forge and then 15-2 over Signal Mountain. Flag goes up with 7:30 to play here in the second quarter.
So Hillsboro will get a free possession. They'll either be able to get a shot that goes out of bounds, or if Soddy Daisy picks up the ball or makes a save, we'll get our penalty explained.
Brown squared his shoulders, tried Cook. Cook was ready for it, and now we'll get the penalty. So for people at home having not seen this before, a bit like hockey, where the penalty can be a little bit delayed, a slow whistle, you get a chance to see the possession play out.
I believe it's an illegal body check from what the referees are showing on the far sideline. Let's see if we get a minute penalty.
Penalty on Soddy Daisy for a hold. That is a 30-second penalty.
So 30 seconds for a hold is the official ruling. A little bit of time. Man up here. Inside. Trying to go low to high that time was Caleb Kane. Missed it.
Kane's got good hands. Stuck that one low like his last one, we'd probably have a goal.
Still an opportunity for Hillsboro. Fed across to DeRiesthal. Switches. Got to his left and got the goal.
Hillsboro not doing anything fancy in terms of running a play or some sort of set. They're really just in a 3-3 and moving the ball very well, catching and getting shots. With their stick skills, man up will definitely play to Hillsboro's advantage. Hopefully Soddy Daisy can stay out of the penalty box moving forward.
Second for Jack DeRiesthal in this contest. Able to generate something on his own in an unsettled situation. And Hillsboro, because they are the closer of the two schools to Nolensville, have brought quite the cheering section. A lot of green and gold-clad students in the bleachers down to our left. School flag flying back and forth just behind the track that borders the field.
I believe that was our third false start by Schofield today, so the ball's coming back to Hillsboro.
So Hillsboro with a chance to extend here, but could not run that one down in the corner. 5-2 is the lead for Hillsboro over Soddy Daisy, number 1 seed versus number 2 seed. Ball's in the far corner over there. Lights were a little bit maybe late to come on here at Nolensville High School, but it's a picturesque evening for Lacrosse with the setting sun and the colors thrown on the clouds in the background.
It's definitely dimmer behind the goals on both ends.
Seems like it. But I think that light tower may warm up as we go forward. Opportunity knocks here for Colin Hart. Trojans down 3 goals. Trying to work their way back. A spin, a shot from the right hand, won't go for Kennedy Moore. He continues to be stonewalled in this one, and this is Devin Bester, the former football center, working his way up the field. Bester. Shot deflected. Couldn't put it on cage. Impressive effort for Bester, and sets up the Borough offense. They say Bester dropped 30 or 40 pounds after football season to get in lacrosse shape. That is not somebody you want to meet on the edge of the crease. DeRiesthal. Wide of the mark with a lefty shot.
Hillsboro in a little different set, sort of a 2-2 look. Maybe a lower 3-2, but they really like getting top side of the middle of the field to get those shots.
DeRiesthal again. Oh, had that one glance off the edge of his cross.
Hillsboro could have taken advantage of Soddy Daisy being out of position. They weren't matched up 1-to-1, and we had 19 with a wide open shot if he catches that.
Cook flushed out, looking to clear. That's a dangerous pass. Kept alive and ferried upfield.
This is Soddy Daisy's bread and butter. Let's see if they push. They hold it.
Seemed like the fast breaks were working early on. They've gone a little more stationary since.
Yeah, if I was Soddy Daisy, I'd take some chances in transition. Even when it looks like it's even 6 versus 6 or 5 versus 5, I'd see if they could run hard to the cage and see what opens up.
A knockdown in the middle. Still loose in front of Ethan Reeves. Picked up by Soddy Daisy. The shot just misses wide. It'll stay with the Trojans. Wyatt Lewis getting in on the action. Was one of Soddy's face-off guys. Hart trying to use the pick. Got to his right hand. High shot saved by Reeves.
I think the goalie read that one all the way, Tyler.
And DeRiesthal is going right down Broadway. Cook able to save that one. Bouncing shot looked like it caught him up near the waistline of his shorts. Jamison Cook putting everything on the line tonight, and why not? Fluid stick work to get that one ahead for Soddy Daisy. Deegan Workman looking to help the Trojans find their form. Workman being given the business by Devin Bester.
Hillsboro continues to press out with their poles. They seem to think they have a strong advantage against the Soddy Daisy attackmen. They're not letting them run unobstructed.
Moore stripped. Sam Jackson with it, trying to claim it for the Burros. One thing we heard this week talking to coaches, Sam Jackson is fast and he is fearless. It's showing right now. Soddy Daisy somehow able to come up with possession once again.
Bit of an unfortunate turnover for Hillsboro. They make a good defensive stand and give the ball back, but the goalie makes a save.
Long shot there coming in from the wing. Colin Hart not really challenging Reeves in a serious way. We got a whistle, I think, and a timeout called. Let's see. With 2:20 to go. Timeout called by Hillsboro. They lead it 5-2 here in the second quarter. 2:20 remaining until the half over Soddy Daisy. This is the 2022 TSLA State Championships.
At Hollywood Feed, we believe in doing what's right.
Which means not only providing you with quality products,
but also the lowest prices, guaranteed.
You are more than a customer.
You are a part of the Hollywood Feed family.
If you find our products cheaper somewhere else, let us make it right. We'll price match any competitor, even Amazon, even Chewy.
At Hollywood Feed, we are a different breed.
I think we spend so much time talking about puppyhood, but in the reality, puppyhood is such a blip in the span of a dog's life, whereas adolescence can take a little bit longer. When we think about adolescence, it typically starts around 5 to 6 months of age, and it can last up to 12 to 18 months of age. So the first thing that we have to talk about are the physiological changes of adolescence. So during this time, dogs begin to look more like adult dogs, but the brain is undergoing so much change during this time. So although we feel like, okay, my cute little puppy is growing up, surely he's going to start acting more like an adult, but during this phase, the brain is still very much a puppy brain. One of the most common things that we get complaints about are sleep changes, which is really strange. So it's like suddenly...
2 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in the first half at Nolensville High School in Middle Tennessee. Alongside Kyle Slatery, I'm Tyler Springs. These are the 2022 TSLA State Championships. Soddy Daisy taking on Hillsboro tonight in the Division 1A class. And right now it is Soddy Daisy trailing Hillsboro 5-2. Soddy Daisy in navy blue. Hillsboro looking for their second straight state title, wearing the white with green numerals. And it has so far been this Borough offense testing Jamison Cook and the Soddy defense a lot. Inside once again, bouncing shot. Never actually threatened the crease. But defensively, look at the ride from these attackmen for Hillsboro. Finally a foul called as Caleb Kane was taking his pick of the lick, going after that clearing ball from Preston Workman. 1:34 to go here in the second quarter as Soddy Daisy will bring it ahead. Sam Schofield with a body on him all the way in.
Soddy Daisy's got an open man if they look.
Schofield up top this time for Kennedy Moore. Trojans looking for a momentum-building goal. Moore got to his left hand, picked the corner.
Strong left-handed dodge. They've broken the ice since their last goal in the first quarter, but a very aggressive dodge, bodying through his man and getting off a lefty shot, off stick side high.
And that wakes up what had been a sleeping Soddy Daisy fan base. We can feel it in the floor here at Nolensville.
They're fired up, Tyler.
They were hungry for that one.
Cowbells and foot stomping.
Goodness.
Gotta love it.
1:03 until halftime. That's the kind of thing you want if you're the Trojans head coach, right?
Absolutely. Got to play off your fans. Why not?
And got to get back in a game that they trailed by 3 moments ago. Schofield able to win it away momentarily from Douglas. But then Douglas says, I'll take that. Still loose. Douglas. He's too much. He's too much.
Strong runner going through that one-on-one lock that his defenseman had on him. Takes a shot, and the goalie was screened. Shot low, and it falls. 6-3, going into halftime almost.
Almost. Gavin Douglas, the 5th different Hillsboro player to score in this game. You're seeing the balance and the depth for the reigning state champs. Schofield this time challenging Owen Smith. And Schofield wins it.
Schofield's got a number of different techniques. He can pop it forward. He can rake it back. He can just body his man out. He's just a full-on Fogo.
Schofield that time sandwiched in a double team.
Got 2 versus 1.
Able to keep possession. A chance for more. Rolling. Trying to lift up a left-handed shot. Couldn't get it off. Still loose on the deck. A flag goes up with 11 seconds to go in the quarter.
Soddy Daisy holds it here. They should be able to start the second half with possession, and that looks like what they're going to do as the clock runs out.
With 2 seconds, the clock looks like it has stopped.
I think we have a timeout. I'm guessing their coach just want to huddle up for a second and say, hey, hold the ball, don't throw it. If you retain possession, like I said, when there's a flag down and a quarter runs out, you get to start the next quarter with the ball. However, if you're throwing a pass and the ball is in the air when time runs out, you do not start with the ball. So hopefully Soddy Daisy will take 2 seconds off the clock and start the third quarter man up, which would be exciting. No face-off and a clear advantage going into a 6-3 game.
Based on what you've seen of Soddy Daisy up to this point, Kyle, you think that's the better play than trying to go for something quick in a situation that's not quite settled?
I think so, especially with only 2 seconds left. They really do need to hold it.
Yeah.
They're definitely a transition team from what I've seen so far. So it's taking a little time to talk at the half about 6 versus 6 and about man up to see what might give them some better scoring opportunities is definitely a strategy. And they'll basically get the full man-up time minus 2 seconds. So nothing really lost there by taking a timeout and huddling up and making sure everybody on the field knows the plan to hold the ball. I would really doubt them taking a shot right now. That would be unorthodox, but I've seen crazier things happen.
So 2 seconds for Soddy Daisy before the halftime. They trail it 6-3. They're going to have Schofield pick it up just outside the box, steps into it, and then will trot away. So coming up to start the second half here at Nolensville, Soddy Daisy behind 6-3 against Hillsboro, but they will begin man up for the first 58 seconds of the third quarter. It's been a fun one so far. We'll have more in a moment. This is the 2022 TSLA Championships from Nolensville. Nope.
Yeah, I know. You're not killing my tree.
About to start the second half here in Nolensville. It is 6-3 in favor of the Hillsboro Burros over the Soddy Daisy Trojans. Hillsboro seeking their second consecutive state title. Soddy Daisy having won in 2019, seeking to upend the Burros, but so far have had some trouble. They have gotten a little bit of scoring from Paul Schofield, who's got 2, and Kennedy Moore with 1. But Hillsboro has shown extreme balance offensively, getting goals from Brian Brown, Afton Verner, Caleb Kane, Gavin Douglas, and a pair from Jack DeRiesthal. So as we enter the second half, Kyle Slatery, what's the prescription right now for Soddy Daisy? They are going to start man up. That could be a helpful point as they begin their way back.
Yeah, if you're Soddy Daisy at halftime, you're definitely talking about what does settled offense look like, what does man-up offense look like, and can we create some transition scoring opportunities when we don't have a really obvious uneven or fast break on offense.
They did that early, right?
They did, and they pushed it too. They were throwing some tough passes to catch, but were finishing on the doorstep. If I were Soddy Daisy's coach, I'd be thinking about getting back to your bread and butter transition game, but encouraging the guys, hey, y'all can run through your defensemen one-on-one. Y'all can get to the cage. We just got to do it. I think there's just been a few too many times that Soddy Daisy's tried to get organized and throw the ball around and things don't work out. Make the game simple, dodge hard, and let's see if they get a shot out of this man-up look we got coming up.
So they're going to start 6-on-5 because of the foul at the end of the first half, during which the Trojans smartly held the ball. I'm sure that's why Andrew Karpinko, their head coach, called timeout with 2 seconds to go in the half, is to make sure they maintain possession.
Drifting into a 1-4-1 look.
Trojans looking for an opening. Haven't had much success tonight, averaging 10 goals per game on the year. And again, a deflection. Look out. Flag goes up, and that will halt things as the physicality from Alex Henry there drew the attention of the referees.
And this was a pretty heavy hit. I think it was contact to the head. Let's see if we go full time here.
That'll go on. Sam Schofield, the faceoff man, delivering the hit there. It'll be a 1-minute foul for the cross-check.
Hillsboro gets a free clear from the defensive end of the field. They are man up. Once Soddy Daisies. Well, once Hillsboro's penalty expires, excuse me.
Right, because they're even for a moment, right?
They are. Looks like we're about to get... We should be all even at 11:02.
So we got about 16 seconds left.
Excuse me, not all even. We should be man up for Hillsboro at 11:02.
Right. Brian Brown, no sense of urgency. Certainly not with a 3-goal lead. Oh, here you go. Brown going to work.
Trying to catch the Soddy Daisy defense off guard by going to work 5 versus 5. Now Hillsboro's man up. Let's see what they organize.
DeRiesthal's been the guy. Oh, boy, they just gave him time and room. Burner. Pass inside, knocked down. Trojan defense trying to create some transition.
This is what they like.
Past the doorstep, goes wide of Schofield's cross, and it'll trickle out of play.
Unfortunate. They had a great scoring opportunity. They could connect that pass down low to the attackman. Ball's going back to Hillsboro.
So with 10:31 to go in the third quarter, score has not changed in the first moments of the second half the way Soddy Daisy was hoping for. And this is Gavin Douglas taking it coast to coast. Going to feed the doorstep here. Kane, wild shot, wide of the mark and chased down on the backup.
Fans are going a little crazy. They thought that was a pass, but the referees called it a shot, which Hillsboro backed up. I'm a little mixed on that. I think it might have been a pass.
I think you're right, in my opinion, but that's not the opinion that counts in the scorebook.
You are correct.
Jack Boyd maintaining possession. He'll feed it over for Schultz. Brown goes right hand with it, trying to go low to high. Goes over the bar.
Hillsboro mixing it up with some on-ball picks for their attackmen. Not a bad idea if you want to get an attackman loose to get an open shot. They haven't needed it up until this point, but we'll see if they mix it up now. Back to the midfield with some dodging.
DeRiesthal. Jack DeRiesthal weaving his way in, fires one high. It'll go over to Soddy Daisy. Despite the chase from Brian Brown. Tough pass ahead, picked up by Soddy Daisy. Looked like a push. Nothing called. It'll go over to Hillsboro.
Hard to know why the ref didn't call that push. Directly in the back. Player didn't have the ball.
Werner, a bouncer, maybe 10 feet in front of the cage that time. Got to readjust the sights a little bit. We came out of the chute in this game with a multitude of goals in the first quarter. Things have slowed down a little bit since that time. Hillsboro getting more balanced scoring, whereas it's really been centered on the dynamic duo of Kennedy Moore and Paul Schofield for Soddy Daisy up to this point. Burrows still working for an opportunity here in the third quarter. 8:26 to go. Leading by 3. Werner rips it. A bouncer again. Doesn't quite test Jamison Cook.
Hillsboro continues to get a lot of shots. They are clearly out shooting Soddy Daisy.
Brian Brown set to join his brother Paxton Brown at Center College this coming fall. Almost even with goal line extended, putting that one on cage. Skips out of play.
A bit of a low-angle shot. I don't know if Hillsboro needs to force that. They've done a great job of getting higher-angle shots from the middle of the field, and I would hope that they would trust themselves and get back into that routine.
Hillsboro with it. Working to swim, goal line extended in the midst of some mayhem on the inside, and Jack Boyd could not get anything clean. Taken away by Soddy Daisy. Hart gets it ahead. Sam Schofield with it.
Got a flag coming. Hillsboro was offsides with one of their attackmen, so Soddy Daisy is going man up.
And on the save by Reeves, we will get the official ruling.
Sometimes a little tricky to see those yard lines on the football field / lacrosse field, but it can get the best of us.
We got two colors here. We got white and we got gold. Other fields will use purple, red, any number of colors, depending on how many sports you got to put out there. I feel bad for the groundskeepers. They got to line these for grass fields. This is turf, though. Faster surface and the lines stay in place, obviously. So 7:10 to go here in the third quarter. Man up time for Soddy Daisy.
See if Soddy Daisy goes into their 1-4-1 again or tries something different. Back to their 1-4-1.
Kennedy Moore! Make it Colin Hart on the breakthrough goal. Looked like 13, it was 15 instead. Midfielder able to get time and room with a strong right-handed shot.
I think this is the look Soddy Daisy's been trying to get, where they cut two guys to the crease that is wide open when the ball gets to the wing and then X. And as the ball moves to the other wing, they're taking a shot when the defenders for Hillsboro are sucked in tight to the crease. Proved to pay off that round.
Schofield in the face-off win. Inside. And now we get a push called from behind. And Soddy Daisy feeling their oats a little bit here. Trailing by 2, but with another opportunity.
Two unfortunate penalties for Hillsboro. Soddy Daisy getting that goal. It was a really good feed in transition here, and a good call by the official. You can expect more of that transition pushing from Soddy Daisy, I would hope.
Devin Bester with a push there from behind, it looked like. Soddy Daisy faithful in full throat right now. Was there a goal and I missed it?
Did we miss a goal?
Good grief. 6-5, and we've suddenly closed to a 1-goal margin. And I apologize to our viewers. It escaped my attention. 6:28 to go here in the third, and it's suddenly become a 1-goal game. It's a form tackle. Kennedy Moore able to get right back up and continue. Moore over top. And now the flag.
Third penalty of the quarter for Hillsboro. Soddy Daisy is 2 for 2 this quarter, I believe. And now we're about to get another scoring opportunity for Soddy Daisy man up.
So a hold for 30 seconds. You talk about a script flipping.
Pretty remarkable. 1 minute it's 6-3, and the next it's 6-5. We'll see if Soddy Daisy can tie it up.
A lot of lacrosse left. Moore has one tonight. Trying to get a little greedy. Hart, this time wide, but backed up.
Soddy Daisy's got a nice little play here. They basically send two off-ball players to screen an inner defenseman on the crease, which opens up that shot for the wing player. Now they're into something a little different. Let's see what happens.
Again, shot from up top from Sam Schofield. Couldn't put it on cage, but backed up. And now we're seeing the siege laid by Soddy Daisy that we saw a few minutes ago coming from Hillsboro at the other end.
Soddy Daisy building some confidence.
Around the horn. Ziegler from behind at X. Schofield looking for the feed. Off of Colin Hart. Right into the hands of a Soddy Daisy player. Fired from up top. Schofield had to go off target. .5:19 remaining here in the third. And the gap is closed to 6-5 with a pair of Soddy Daisy goals here in the third. Gavin Douglas trying to pick up the pass and a clearing opportunity. This is Kennedy Moore coming back the other way. On the feed, bouncing shot off target. Soddy Daisy maintains possession. Down a goal. They've been down as many as 3 in this game. Off the tip of the stick. And out of the hands of Colin Hart. A break the other way for Hillsboro. Inside. Off target.
Great opportunity. It's an interesting role reversal. You know, Soddy Daisy was the transition offense team in the first half. Now Hillsboro's getting their looks there and struggling 6 versus 6 with Soddy Daisy scoring goals and settled offense, albeit man-up opportunities. Let's see if Hillsboro can get back to their bread and butter, so to speak. You heard it once. You're going to keep hearing it.
Bryant Brown. Doorstep. Tried a low-angle shot. Hit the bar.
Making the goalie look good with low-angle shots.
Deriesthal slipped on the edge of the crease. Lost possession. Still down on the deck. And picked up by the Trojans. Looking to swim his way out of trouble. And lost the ball. Didn't know where it was for a moment. Taken by Hillsboro. Boyd. Brown. Right hand. Ooh, off the helmet of a Soddy Daisy player. That's using your head. It'll go over to the Trojans.
Good hustle by the Trojan defense. I think they were a little more aware of where the ball was going out than Hillsboro.
I give credit to TJ Stevens there with the helmet deflection for Soddy Daisy. 3:32 to go in the third. Trojans have narrowed it to just one, down 6-5. Paul Schofield working against the pole. And we have a Soddy turnover. Schofield looking to steal it right back. And now we have a flag. This is going to go on Sam Jackson, whose emotions got the better of himself.
I believe this is the fourth man-up opportunity for
you're
Soddy
right.
Daisy this quarter. An incidental trip, but a trip's a trip, whether you intend to or not. So Soddy Daisy back to man up. We'll see what happens here.
Looking at the replay, it did look like a slashing motion from Sam Jackson. It might have only caught the cleat of Schofield, but it caught enough of him to trip him up.
Full minute penalty.
How often do you see four-man-up situations in a quarter, Kyle?
It could happen any day, but it's fairly uncommon.
This is not a good day for it if you're a Hillsboro fan.
And it's the difference in the game right now. You know, every time you play man down, that's one opportunity you don't have to play offense. So Soddy Daisy hopefully trying to cash in here. And they're getting set for what looks like their usual man-up play. Let's see if they roll the guys into the crease. Yes. Oh, something a little different.
Schofield off the side of the net and picked up by Ethan Reeves.
Those side net shots, Tyler, always catch the fans off guard.
They really do.
Yeah.
Long pass ahead. Boyd had it for a moment, couldn't keep possession, and he's being bullied right now by Sam Schofield.
Hillsboro taking a hit near the sideline. The ball was still in bounds while the player was asking for a call from the ref, strangely enough.
Got to play on.
Got to play to the whistle, Tyler.
So Jack DeReesthal will set up for Hillsboro. By the way, I'm not stuttering, I promise, when I say their team name. They are the Hillsboro Burros. They have leaned all the way into the high school name, and I can't love that anymore. Burros against the Trojans. This is Bryant Brown for the Burros. Bouncing shot. Got about 10 feet in front of the goal and then took a nosedive. Jamison Cook the save. Transition pass ahead. And Soddy going to settle things after Donovan Sullivan takes it forward. Sullivan, we mentioned, transitioned from midfield to defense after Ryan Byhofer took a back injury earlier in the year. Byhofer, after seeking treatment for the back injury, was diagnosed with leukemia and has not played since then. But the good news is he's been with the team on the sideline for each playoff game. And after treatment, as of a week ago, Byhofer is in remission, which is awesome news to hear for the senior defenseman. So Soddy Daisy certainly playing with some emotion tonight. Inside, the feed, Hart, the shot off the stick of the keeper, Reeves. It'll stay with Soddy Daisy.
What an opportunity, a great look looking inside, and a really quick shot that just went off the body of the goalie.
42 seconds to go in the third. Soddy Daisy has scored twice in this period. Hillsboro, not at all. Hillsboro still up 6-5. This is Kennedy Moore drawing the short stick, but big frame of Gavin Douglas. Moore looking to get to his left hand. Feeds across. Bouncing shot is wide.
Tell you what, Soddy Daisy is putting together the 6-versus-6 offense. They have had some high percentage shots and looks this quarter. It is a major role reversal for these two teams.
19 seconds to go in the third. Sam Schofield from the midfield, dodging right. 6 seconds. Hart, let's fly! And Hart finds the upper left corner. We are tied.
With 3 seconds left, I'll tell you what, that's really exciting. Soddy Daisy has figured out a scoring recipe. Hillsboro scoreless this quarter, and going into the fourth, it would seem that it might remain that way. With 3 seconds left, let's see if both teams can stay penalty-free and maybe get off a wild shot from the midfield line.
The junior Hart with his 15th goal of the year. He scored twice in this quarter, and that one evens the score. Schofield and Douglas battling for control. And that will close the third quarter. I think Schofield won a one possession there at the very tail end of it. Either way, we go into the fourth in this championship game tied at 6 apiece between Hillsboro and Soddy Daisy. These are the 2022 TSLA championships.
We know family is important, and pets are part of your family. That's why Hollywood Feed offers healthy food at a low price. Natural doesn't have to be expensive. Hollywood Feed, a different breed.
We begin the fourth quarter right where we wanted to be. Field side in Nolensville. Hillsboro 6, Soddy Daisy 6, and the state championship on the line in the next 12 minutes. Alongside Kyle Slattery, I'm Tyler Springs. Great to be with you for the first of 4 TSLA championship games to be contested this weekend. The defending champs, Hillsboro, with a 6-3 lead at the half, but a pair of Colin Hart goals helping Soddy Daisy tie things in the third. Shot from Gavin Douglas to begin the fourth. Saved by Jamison Cook. Didn't get a lot of help from his defense, and now a whistle will send things the other way. Four extra man opportunities in that third quarter for the Soddy Daisy Trojans to help them battle back against a Hillsboro side that seemed to have their number in the first half. Kennedy Moore looking for Paul Schofield, who was coming to meet the ball on the left side of the cage. Couldn't keep control. Devin Bester able to weave between a pair of men. Bester not looking to be stopped. On goal, just off target.
Dester going end to end. He basically had a 5-yard shot there, maybe even a little closer. Great opportunity. And here's Hillsboro.
Ball on the turf. A whistle stops the action. It will be to Reesthal and Hillsboro to pick things up for Hillsboro. They're looking to secure their second straight state title. Again, a kick save and a beaut, I might add, by Jamison Cook. How about the right foot right there? Right place, right time.
There's nothing accidental about it, Tyler. It's just how he plays.
If it works.
He saves it from the waist up with his stick and the waist down with his feet, and he's good.
It's gotten him this far. Tied at 6 with 10:30 remaining in the fourth quarter. Shot, knocked down, and it's Cook to rake it in. I think that one might have gotten the midsection of Jack Boyd, who's going to take a minute there on the edge of the crease. Instantly went into underwater motion. And he's going to have, I believe, Joe Van Antwerp come out and check on him. Difficult moment for Hillsboro. Jack Boyd being attended to after being hit by a shot from one of his own players. Happens from time to time, just get in the way. You hope that Jack's okay. With 10:25 to play here in the fourth quarter. Boyd had not scored in this game. 35 goals on the year, though, with 15 assists, 40 ground balls as well. An all-region selection this year for a Hillsboro team looking to defend their state title. We'll take a 1-minute timeout here at Nolensville. It is tied at 6 early in the fourth quarter between Soddy Daisy and Hillsboro.
Hollywood Feed is open and offering same-day delivery. Order your pet supplies online from the comfort of home, and we'll deliver them right to your doorstep. Order today at HollywoodFeed.com. Hollywood Feed, a different breed.
Back at Nolensville High School for the 2022 TSLA State Championships. Alongside Kyle Slattery, I'm Tyler Springs. Dean Johnson, our producer this evening. Good news for Jack Boyd after being hit with a shot in what appeared to be the leg. Did limp off under his own power, but was walking without support. So we hope the best for Jack Boyd and the Hillsboro side as they continue to contend a very tight 6-6 game with 10:04 to play in the fourth quarter between Hillsboro and Soddy Daisy. State title on the line this evening in Middle Tennessee. Soddy Daisy with possession in the navy blue. Hillsboro defending in white. Sam Schofield will work it around to his twin brother Paul. Paul, a Tennessee Wesleyan commit, along with teammate Kennedy Moore. This is Moore. Got to his right hand. Trying Reeves. Reeves able to save it. Bouncing rebound comes back out to Soddy Daisy. Ethan Reeves has been pretty strong in goal tonight. Not tested maybe as frequently as Jamison Cook, but has stood the test thus far. Moore rolling to his right hand. Kennedy Moore. Shot knocked down. Loose once again. Hillsboro working for it, but a sea of navy blue all around the ball. Soddy Daisy reclaims. Jesse Ziegler, the freshman, will give it away.
Expect a physical, aggressive dodge from 17 here. He likes to get into his man, and he's not shy.
Schofield got free. Testing Reeves. Oh, Reeves able to pin it right beneath his feet. How about that? Bester, we've seen clear it himself before. Interception. How about that from TJ Stevens? Quick with the stick. Pushing it forward. Bester trucked Sam Schofield from behind, and that is going to draw the whistle.
Kind of an incidental bump. I'm surprised the referee called that, actually. Maybe an interference call just because they were further from the play.
So Soddy Daisy with another opportunity. This is Schofield working from the top again. Sam Schofield lets fly. Way over the cage that time. Kennedy Moore had it stripped from behind. Still loose. Inside, this one finds the cage. Are they going to say goal or no goal? That one looked like it hit the net on the underside of the bar. But if they're going to say it was a rebound off the bar, then the goal doesn't count. It's going to stay with Soddy Daisy, though.
So, Tyler, if you take a look at these goals, there's a bar inside the main pipes and crossbar, and that ball shot straight down when it came out. I'm guessing it hit that inner bar, but did not cross the goal line. Yeah.
Okay.
So it looks like it's hitting net sometimes, but I think it's just coming out. And these are Gilman goals, which are a particular brand of lacrosse goals that you can hear it anytime you hit the cage or hit the net, but it makes for kind of an optical illusion sometimes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Slatery, your equipment expert.
Yeah,
that's exactly what we needed right there.
Give me a call anytime, point you in the right direction.
So no goal, merely an optical illusion there. Deegan Workman also took a lick on that shot. This is the time of the year where you put your body on the line the most. Workman. Just off. Still Soddy Daisy possession with Schofield from behind. This is Sam Schofield.
Soddy Daisy has had the ball since a little over 9 minutes. This has been a long offensive possession.
Going on 3 full minutes. Bester giving Schofield the work and drawing Reeves from the cage. He's going to whip this one upfield. Raked in by Moore. Kennedy Moore. Paul Schofield will put Soddy Daisy in front.
The drought is over for the quarter. 7-6. Soddy Daisy up after being down the entire game until we got to 6-6. The Soddy Daisy fan base is going crazy. We do not need more cowbell because we've got plenty of it, fans.
Soddy Daisy has scored 5 in a row.
The Blue Oyster Cult fan base is just loving this.
They are having the time of their lives.
I think I saw Will Ferrell walking around in the stands somewhere.
Hillsboro will have to respond, having held at one time a 3-goal lead in this contest. They were up 6-3, and Soddy Daisy has scored the last 4. It's a hat trick now for Paul Schofield. Shot deflected. And we have a whistle on the far side. Schofield now up to 61 goals on the year. That's a school record. We do have a flag down. So we have a 30-second foul against Soddy Daisy. Hold called against Kennedy Moore. So now extra man for Hillsboro after having faced a ton of it in the third quarter. Berner looking to get it inside for Kane. Pulled in by Cook.
Probably not the look Hillsboro wanted to go for. With 5 minutes left in the game, bit of a forced pass.
Jamison Cook trying to force it across midfield. Pulled in by Soddy Daisy. Donovan Sullivan, the man they call Rhino, working it forward. And now I believe we have timeout taken. 7-6, the score in favor of Soddy Daisy with 4:49 to go here in the state title game. Back with more from Nolensville in a moment. This is the 2022 TSLA Championships.
At Hollywood Feed, we believe making memories is important. We want you to have as much time as possible for as many memories as possible. That's why we offer same-day delivery. We deliver exactly what your pet needs, right to your doorstep. Shop online today. Hollywood Feed, a different breed.
A chance to talk things over for the Hillsboro Burros, trailing by 7-6 against the Soddy Daisy Trojans with 4:49 to go in the state title game. Alongside Kyle Slatery, I'm Tyler Springs. The first of 4 state titles to be awarded this weekend at Nolensville High School in Middle Tennessee. Soddy Daisy from just outside Chattanooga taking on Hillsboro from outside Nashville. Hillsboro, the reigning state champs, had a terrific first half. They were up 6-3 at the break, and they have not scored since, as Soddy Daisy has roared into the lead with 4 goals here in the second half. An unprecedented happening for Soddy Daisy.
With under 5 minutes to go, it looks like Hillsboro is already pressing a little bit.
Time and room. The shot wide and partly deflected. Out of the stick of Colin Hart, who's got a pair of goals. So important in this second half to have given Soddy Daisy life. The ball's going to go over to Hillsboro here with 4:28 left.
Hillsboro going into their punt return clear again. It's when they bring down a midfielder all the way to the end line, and he basically returns the ball like a football punt return kicker all the way to the offensive end.
This is Afton Werner with a long return. Werner all the way in to the doorstep, the feed, and Jamison Cook denies the shot from Caleb Kane.
Undoubtedly the save of the game for Cook. 1-on-none with an attackman, and he stuffs him high off stick side in a fast break look.
Point blank, and Soddy Daisy with a chance to answer. A shot here, trying to get it to Schofield in the middle. Could not connect. So it'll stay with Soddy Daisy with 3:47 remaining. Schofield, the spin. Shot and a score.
The fans are going wild.
Sam Schofield puts a charge into this crowd. Soddy Daisy has strung together 5 in a row here in the second half for an 8-6 lead. And the last 2 from the Schofield twins, Paul and Sam.
With 3:40 to go, Schofield's back to the face-off X, doing what he does best, but he has really come alive as a dodger and scorer. And it looks like we got a timeout by Hillsboro.
Schofield feeling it. He's got a hop in his gait as he works over toward the sideline. This is exactly what you wanted. If you're Andrew Karpinko, the head coach at halftime, it has worked out smashingly. Probably didn't think you'd get 4 extra man opportunities in the third quarter, but goodness gracious, what a windfall.
It's definitely a game changer. Those man-up goals have basically put them back in the game, and then they've found their gumption playing 6 versus 6 on offense. It's been exciting.
All right, 3:40 left, Kyle. You're in the Hillsboro huddle. What are you saying at this point to the reigning state champs, who have beaten this Soddy Daisy team before?
Well, there's enough time on the clock to score 4 goals for any team, if not more, I would say. If you're Hillsboro, you need to win the face-off, okay? And you need to get back to high percentage shooting from the middle of the field more than anything. But I'd say this, when Soddy Daisy, if they win the face-off or if they get possession on offense, you've got to be prepared to run some sort of trap defense to force a double team on Soddy Daisy, to put the ball on the ground that you can in turn pick up and clear. Hillsboro's had some trouble clearing the ball in the second half, fourth quarter in particular, which is why Soddy Daisy's had the ball so much. So if you're Hillsboro, there's really nothing to worry about, as good as you are 6 versus 6. But I would say you've got to be prepared for some sort of double-team trap on defense in the event that you do not get the ball on offense. So let's see if they are prepared for that, and if they don't get it off the face-off, they'll need to be.
That's a great point, and it certainly does feel like if we were measuring this with soccer statistics, the possession in just terms of time or percentage has been so much on Soddy Daisy's side this half that you barely had the opportunities for Hillsboro that you had previous to halftime. They've got to win this one. This is going to be absolutely huge for Gavin Douglas.
Schofield with a few false starts tonight. Let's see if he can maintain his composure.
Douglas and Schofield, arguably 2 of the best face-off guys in this division. And it's won by Sam Schofield. He continues to be a second-half force. Douglas going after him, trying to knock it free. Schofield looking to hang on to it. Hillsboro using their sticks as much as possible.
Schofield took a beating there, Tyler, but he came out with it. Quite remarkable, honestly.
3:15 to go. You don't win a state title being soft, that's for sure. Sam Schofield, evidence of it. If it is to be for Soddy Daisy to hold on, they get a 2-goal lead. Lost possession over there along the sideline, right in front of the Hillsboro bench.
Yeah, Hillsboro going right into some double-team defense from the end of that face-off. They're clearly being very aggressive. They know that they have limited time. Let's see if they can get a free clear. No.
Werner.
Got a flag down. That's going to be a penalty on Soddy Daisy.
DeReesthal. He's got 2 today. Look out. Werner with a cannon, but misses the target. So with 2:42 left, we're going to get the foul here.
Hillsboro had a man-up opportunity earlier in the quarter. Threw the ball away rather quickly. They'll need to stick one here if they want to get back in the game. It could be really helpful if they just keep their composure, play as a team, and get that best shot opportunity. Naturally, Cook for Soddy Daisy has been really hot this game. Tremendously skillful, great anticipation between the pipes. But
used every appendage available.
Absolutely.
And you got to be a little tough to do that too. Hillsboro ball, 2:40 to go. A rip from a very low angle. Does not go, but now you're in desperation time a little bit for Hillsboro. You may as well try it if you think you can get it.
Give Hillsboro credit. They know to shoot low. That's what they're fighting for.
Bryant Brown on the doorstep. Turns in off the side of the goal. Kept alive by the Burros. 2:20 left. They need a pair of goals to tie this game. Bouncing shot again. Off target. Charlie Schultz with the left hand that time. Hillsboro, barely any fingernails left to chew.
We're all even, back to 6 versus 6.
2 minutes left in the state title game. Bryant Brown looking to spin past goal line extended. Couldn't get one more clean step upfield. Afton Werner dodging right. Werner again off target. They keep trying to throw things at Jameson Cook's feet, but they can't get him close enough.
You know, another kind of low-angle shot, honestly. See if they can get something from that top right corner. They've been so good at this game.
Werner, Brown, and Boyd all out there top side. Ball on the cross of DeRiestel. Jack DeRiestel off the side again and picked up by Sullivan. 1:32 left in the game.
Another low-angle shot, unfortunately, from Hillsboro.
TJ Stevens will ship it ahead. Preston Workman looking to hang on to it. And we have timeout taken by Soddy Daisy with 1:13 to go, up by 2.
You can expect the referees to call keep it in the box once Soddy Daisy does get it in the offensive box. For those of you new to lacrosse, you can see that there is a box on the offensive end of the field. And once they step in it, they have to keep it in the box for the remainder of the game, remainder of the offensive possession, whatever. If they step outside the box, it'll be a turnover to Hillsboro.
You can see the retaining line starting underneath the 0 at the 30-yard line and tracking all the way to the end zone. Those are the two walls the box Kyle's talking about.
It's going to get exciting. Expect a lot of double teams, a lot of pressure. I'd be shocked if the ball doesn't drop to the ground, in the next minute or 13 for somebody to have an opportunity to carry it to the other end or retain possession. It's going to be exciting in this next minute 13.
We have had an awesome one.
If you're Soddy Daisy, you don't necessarily want to go to the goal. You'd rather finish the game up 2 as opposed to scoring 1 goal and giving your other opponent a chance to win a face-off and come down and score 3.
Same reason if you steal the ball in basketball, you don't go down and immediately dunk it, right? You just pull it back out, waste time.
Exactly. So we'll see if Soddy Daisy can implement that game plan. It's always really tough to run circles around the offensive box with 2 guys chasing you, knowing that you really shouldn't take a shot or score. If you do see a shot, it might be of the variety that would be called a possession shot, where you take a shot just to back it up on the end line in the event that you get trapped or double teamed.
So the ball is going to go into the cross here of Kennedy Moore as the clock starts rolling from 1:12. Moore working his way in, getting bodied by Gavin Douglas. Douglas looking to strip it, and it's Hillsboro coming up with it. Taken right back, though. Nobody able to maintain it. A yard sale there, I think, for Jesse Ziegler. Lost control of the stick. A lot of contact, as you might imagine, in a desperate circumstance. Still loose, and finally it is Hillsboro who comes up with it. Can they do it in enough time? Owen Smith.
Need to push something. Don't take the shot, but find somebody quick.
Douglas. Going low with it. Missed the cage, but backed up by Boyd.
Plenty of time to get 2 goals, but Hillsboro will need to go straight to the goal here so that they can get a shot, hopefully a goal, and then win a face-off.
23 seconds. Around the cage comes Brian Brown, looking, fakes a pass, throwing it inside. Cook had to go off his feet once again. 11 seconds to go, and it's out of play. So the clock stops with 10, and this is going to be Soddy Daisy ball. Flung to the far end. Paul Schofield onto the side of the net to burn a little more clock. And that is it. An incredible second half surge, and the Soddy Daisy Trojans have rallied to stun Hillsboro 8-6 here in Nolensville.
Remarkable come from behind victory. This team got better in the second half as the game went along. They just played tough. They kept their heads in it. And hats off to Hillsboro. A great start and a great game played with a 2-goal difference. Both teams played excellent.
The Soddy Daisy Trojans are your 2022 D1 Class A state champions in the state of Tennessee. They finished the year 14-4, and they avenged the regular season defeat at the hands of Hillsboro, who falls to 14-3 on the season. What a moment for the Schofield twins, graduating seniors Paul and Sam, who stood so tall in this contest. Absolute incredible rally from being down 3 going into the second half. Colin Hart with a pair, Paul Schofield with a hat trick, Sam Schofield with a capper, the 8th and final goal of the night. Kennedy Moore had one as well for Soddy Daisy, as the Trojans will take home their second state title in 3 years following 2019. And Hillsboro goes home empty-handed in their title defense. Kyle, that was a lot of fun. If we have half that much fun tomorrow, we're going to have a heck of a day.
Hey, it was a lot of fun. It started off really exciting end to end. It was a very varied game with lots of penalties for one team and a lot of transition for the other. It was exciting all around, so hopefully it'll be a great weekend as we move ahead into tomorrow.
Thanks to our producer, Dean Johnson. Thank you, Kyle, for chipping in for Pat Demento. We say hello to you, Pat, as well, if you're watching at home. And if you are interested in more of this, there are 3 games tomorrow that you got to check in for. 11:30, MUS and McCauley. 2:30, you got Ravenwood and Brentwood. And 5 o'clock, you got ECS and Boyd Buchanan. It should be an awesome weekend of lacrosse here at the TSLA Championships. I'm Tyler Springs, signing off one final time. The Soddy